Hey everybody, anyone is here, and we are back on the Rack ATL OverLoad server, and today we are going to take on some storage issues that I have. But before we get into that, I just want to show you some changes I made around the base. First of all, I cleaned up this right here. This is where the oil comes in from our quarry, or the liquids in general. So basically what happens is the liquids come into here. Under here there is a tank, a liquid duct, whatever they're called now, liquid duct, that goes and then branches off either into a void fluid pipe, or if it's oil, into here. I also started working on this jammy right here. So what you'll see is some green liquid in there, and what that is actually cool. It's liquid XP, which is cool. And I'm using a couple open blocks items to do this. Basically what this is right here, this is just a open blocks tank, and under it is a liquid duct that feeds into that valve right there. And then on top of it, I have an XP drain, and it's actually pretty cool. If you just step on it, it drains your XP and it flows into there. Really cool. The main reason why I did this is because I know this is probably an overkill for XP, but I keep wasting XP because I haven't actually used it. So I'll gain up to like 50, 60 levels and then die and lose all the XP. And I have a couple ideas of what I want to do with this liquid XP, how I can automate this, but that is for another time. Last thing I did is you could see this new block here, a nullifier from thermal expansion. This is new in the mod with the recent 3.00 update. And the only reason why I replaced the trash can with the nullifier is just because I wanted to try it out. It seems to work just like the trash can, except that I can't actually shift click things into the nullifier. But besides that, everything that enters it just gets deleted instantly, which is nice. Also, what you'll see here is all the spoils I got from my last quarry run. It is worth noting that I did use a bunch of stuff out of here, but I mean the haul is pretty good. And also I have these two filing cabinets here. Filing cabinets, if you don't know, are actually really useful. As long as you're storing something with the same item ID, so like even though these are different type of bees, you can see they all have the same item ID of 13341, 13341, 13341. As long as all the items have the same item ID, you can fit tons and tons of them in these filing cabinets. So I've been getting bees. I don't know, from the quarry, I don't know if I'm really going to do anything with them, but I thought I'd keep them just in case I do decide to do something. And then if I don't, I could always just give them away to whoever else plays around with it. So that's pretty much the changes I've made since the last episode. But what I've also done is I started getting the supplies I need for applied Energistics. So today we are going to build a applied Energistics system. We're gonna skip a lot of the most basic stuff, and we're gonna go to, I don't want to say a complex system just yet at least, but a more complex system. So the first thing you're gonna see here, you know what? Let's just drop some of this stuff out of my inventory. So this doesn't need to be with me. I could drop this into here. I should have done this before the episode, but it's fine. Okay. So this doesn't look like a lot of stuff in here, but actually a lot of this stuff took tons of steps to make, specifically this storage cluster. And I'll show you that in a minute and what that's used for, etc. But let's just pull all this stuff out of here. We'll go to a crafting bench and I'll show you what we're building and how we're going to build it and all that good stuff. So we want to build a ME controller, and this is going to be the controller of our whole system. This is going to be the brain, basically. It's not actually too tough to make, just a little expensive. So it takes some quartz, some Certus quartz, which is added by Applied Energistics, as well as nether quartz that Minecraft adds. It takes 4 of those, as well as this processor, this advanced processor, which isn't it's a little expensive. It's not too hard to build, but it takes 50,000 energy units out of the assembly table, so it takes a while to build. But I mean, in general, the ME controller isn't that bad. We also need an ME drive. This is what's going to be the housing for all of our storage units. Now this is where things start getting to become a little pain in the ass. So you got these basic processors, and again, they're just like the advanced processors. It's just a gold, silicon, and redstone in an assembly table. This takes a little less time to make, and that doesn't sound too bad, except the fact that you use these basic processors everywhere. You need so many of them. For the system I have right now, I think I used a stack or a half a stack of them, something like that. And they just take forever, especially if you don't have a lot. Let's just find it. Especially if you don't have a lot of power going into your assembly table. So it's a huge pain in the ass. So we have the ME controller. We have the ME drive. What else do we need? Well, right off the bat, we need some storage for the ME drive. So as you can see here, there's a couple different storage types. There's a 1K, 16K, and a 64K. Don't worry about these other ones. These are the three primary ones. And as you can see, this one could hold 0 bytes of 63 types. This is 1,000 bytes. This is 16,000, and this is 64,000, 65,000. But bytes conversions to K. If you know the way it converts, you understand. Anyways, so we're just gonna jump straight to a 64K, and this was a pain in the ass to build, because this is what you use that storage cluster for. So now you have the storage cluster. What makes up the storage cluster? Well, you have one advanced processor and 3 storage blocks. Well, what makes up the storage blocks? Well, the storage block is another advanced processor with 3 storage segments. Well, what makes up the storage segment? And it just goes on and on like this for quite some time. So there is a lot of work that goes into this, and I did it all already, so cool. So let's get this stuff crafted, and we can start putting it together. The first is the ME controller. I should have everything I need for that. Cool. The next is the ME drive. Should have everything for that. Cool. And then the next thing is the storage, 64K storage. Should have that, and we do. Very cool. So now this will allow us to actually store stuff in the drive, but we have no way of accessing it or putting stuff into the drive. So that is where this access terminal and this basic import bus comes into play. The access terminal will actually allow us to access the computer to retrieve our items, and the basic import bus will actually allow us to pull stuff out of a chest into the system. And then there's one more cool thing that we wanted, and this is a crafting terminal. So what this will allow us to do is not only access the system, just like the access terminal does, but it will also give us a crafting grid, so we can craft directly from the terminal, which is really, really cool. This here is just some ME cable. This is used for power and item transport. We're going to set up a small system downstairs, so I don't need a ton of it right now, but I will need a ton of it because I want access terminals and crafting terminals all over the place. So let's just get all this stuff ready, go downstairs, and give this a try. It's worth noting that I have never really used this mod before, so just like the same warning I give on all my other episodes, when I'm using a mod, I don't know. This might be a little bit tough. One thing we're going to have to do is run power, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's just lay all this stuff out so I can better explain it. So first, we need the access terminal. This is where we're going to pull power into. As you can see, it is offline right now. I'm sorry, not the access terminal, the controller. The controller is always pulling power. And the amount of power it pulls, how many units it pulls, is based off of how much stuff is connected to the system. And we'll get a better idea of that once we hook it up to power, but just worth noting that for now. Next, we have the ME drive. This is where we put all of the storage units into. This also allows us to set priority in the system, I think. Either the system or on the cards individually. Like I said, I don't really know this mod too well. Luckily, right now, we don't need to worry about any type of priorities. So let's put our 64K card in there. Awesome. Now we need an access terminal, and as you can see, the actual graphics for this mod is really, really cool textures. What you'll see is when this gets power, it changes colors, and then as you see, as I move this around, it changes in there, and then when it's powered, it changes colors. So it's really, really cool. So next we need the access terminal and the crafting terminal. I made an access terminal. I'm probably not going to use it because I'm probably just going to put a crafting terminal anywhere I need an access terminal. But for now, we're just going to put this down. That is the crafting terminal. Obviously, since the system is not online, I can't access it. But generally, the way it would be is you would see all my items right here, and then I would be able to search for things right here, and I could craft it down here. Very cool. There is also the access terminal, which is basically the same thing, just without a crafting mode. Very cool. So now we need to run power to this. Now, if you guys remember, we already ran power across this floor, so getting power to it should not be hard. And I think 17 should be enough. We could always make more if we need to, but I think 17 should be enough. So one of the cool things about this mod is it passes energy when it's either connected to each other, like those machines are right there, or connected with the Emmy cable, which is right here. But since everything's connected, we only need to run one power line to it. So we ran power this way episode or two ago. So we are just going to tap right into that. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to break that. Let's just break that. And of course, this had to be dirt because I don't keep a shovel on me. I should make a shovel. I am going to need to do that at some point. And you know what else I need to do? I need to see what the coordinates of this is. So we are going to bring power in through the bottom, I think. And that's only because we're going to hook up pipes to this. So we want to have as many open sides as we possibly can. All right, so this is 60. So we want to go to 60 and then work our way up. Cool. That should be pretty simple to do. We are almost there. And there, boom. One, I am looking up, right? Yeah, it's a little dark. Okay, so we have that. And now let's just hook up our cable. And we should be in action momentarily. Come on. I'll get it. There we go. Cool. Now we're all hooked up. And look at that. Everything has come to life. Whoop. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Very, very cool. Okay, so now we have an actual process, the controller. So as you can see right now, it's using 17 units of power per tick. I don't know how much that actually equates to, and we'll probably figure that out at some point, just not right this second. I could just take my multimeter to my system over there and just see how much power is drawing when there's nothing else powered up. Anyways, now we would have access to our MC terminal if we had anything in there. And as well as our crafting. And as you can see, this baby is online. Cool. So what do we need to do now? Now we need to actually start putting stuff into the system. So right now, just for the moment, let's see. How many cable do I have? I have 23. Can I just run it directly to here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I should be able to do that, actually. So you know what? Let's get back down into bat form. We are going to make a hole right here. We're going to come around this way. And I believe I can put it into the controller. I don't think it has to go into the drive. I think as long as it goes into anywhere. But I guess we'll find that out in a minute. We will come back around this way. Right? Oh, wait. We need to come up one. Because we're gonna get rid of that, which is really nice. But let's just keep going this way. Fill that hole in. I don't know why there's a hole there, but it's fine. I'm sure one of the mods doing something stupid. And here we go. Cool. So now we're gonna connect our Emmy cable to this. And as you can see, there was power going through it. I guess that's what that animation means. Let's just get this ran all the way. Almost there. We're almost there, guys. Okay, cool. Now, let's just get back up here. Now, we're not going to use the Emmy cable. Let's just turn back into ourselves. We're not going to use the Emmy cable to connect to this chest. What we're going to use is this basic import bus. Which, I guess, and then hit it with a... I would expect it... Whoop, didn't mean to do that. I'd expect it to connect to the chest. There we go. Cool. So now, everything that goes into this chest... Just close that up. Everything that goes into this chest should get automatically routed into this basic import bus. And now, because this is just a basic import bus, there's no options to it. And we don't need options. We want pretty much everything to go in there. So, let's start dropping stuff in there and see what happens. So we are going to start off with, some of this stuff. We're going to probably convert everything back into... I was converting into blocks just to save room. But we are probably going to convert everything back into ingots, I think. But let's just drop this stuff in there. And look at that. It's all disappearing. Awesome. And now we should be able to access it in our Emmy terminal. Very cool. I am happy about this. Cool. So let me get everything transferred into this system and we will be right back. Okay, we are back, and as you can see, I have moved over a lot of my stuff. A lot. Wow, 3,100 iron. But what you will notice is that light that's on the storage unit inside the ME controller, or the ME drive, I should say, is orange now and not green anymore. Why is that? Well, I should actually show you right here. The reason being, this is out of types. The 63 of 63 types. That means there's 63 different item IDs in there. Actually, I guess item ID plus metadata. I think it calculates that too. So there's 63 types of items in there, and it can't fit anymore, even though it's only half used. And what you'll see over here is that this chest is backed up and it's not accepting anything anymore. So how do we fix that? Well, luckily, I kind of expected that was going to happen, and I made a ton more of these basic processors, and I was gonna build the 64K storage unit in front of you, but even having all the supplies, it still took me a good 5-10 minutes to build, so I didn't even bother. Let's just put in our second one in there, and any second now we should start seeing stuff going in there. Exactly. Another thing worth noting is before I had a basic import bus in here, and that was fine and all, but the problem with that is a basic import bus only pulls out one item at a time. So I replaced this with a fuzzy import bus. Now a fuzzy import bus has a bunch of different features that at the moment we don't care about. What we care about right now is that it can move whole stacks at a time. And luckily, again, I decided to make extra resources because a fuzzy import bus, where is that? A fuzzy import bus is pretty expensive. So it took our basic import bus and had to use an advanced processor. Again, it's not that the advanced processor is too expensive. It just takes a long time to build. But luckily, I knew that was going to happen. I made an extra, I think, 5 diamond and 30 gold or something like that, just because I knew I was going to have that problem. But as you can see, now I am able to put everything in here, no problem, which is really, really cool. So let's just take a quick look at this again. So this is the interface, and I mean, this is going to make life so much easier. Look at that. We have everything at our fingertips. It's all getting distributed out on these cards. Wow, I already hit 47 types. I should actually take some stuff out of here that I don't need to be in here. This should really only be bulk storage, I think. Or did it balance it? No, it didn't balance it. That actually used up a lot of space right away. I wonder why that is. I guess that's not really for us to worry about right now. So I brought everything that was in these chests, as well as all of my important stuff from these chests. So now I have all my resources down there, which is good, but now we have a problem. That problem is we are unable to access all of our resources because it's down here. So how do we fix that? Very easily. So first of all, I put all my stuff in here just because I didn't want to accidentally shift click something in there I didn't need. But basically, we are going to move, for now, just this access terminal. Oh, I should grab a Buildcraft wrench. We are going to just move the access terminal to upstairs. And later on, we'll change that access terminal into a crafting terminal. But for right now, we just need it as an access terminal. Though I do not think... I need my pick too. I do not think we have enough actual cable to do what we need to. But let's see. Where do we want this? So this is on... What are we on right now? Y66. And I guess we will connect to this baby. It doesn't really matter. Which is at Z60-274. Okay. 66. Z260... 74? No, I just missed it. Z60-274. Right. Z60-274. That's where we need to go to. Let's get back into bat form. And I guess I'm going to put that terminal, I guess right here for now is okay. Let's just find where we need to go. Oh, this is Z60-274. Okay, so that'd be over a block. So it doesn't really matter where we put it. So right now I'm going to put it here. We're going to go back to... Oh, come on. It's because of this chest. Let's just break that. Okay. We want to go to 274. This actually works to our advantage that this is behind the chest. And then... No, I guess not. It would actually be in our advantage if it was actually over one more. Yeah, okay, so let's just do this. We're going to 60. Oh, I screwed that up. Let's try this again. Where do we want to come out? Back one more. Okay, that's my fault. Okay, so we should be good right here. Oh, nope. Wasn't back enough. But yeah, okay, good. We're fine. Right here. And then we're going to... What is that? Y67. Very cool. Okay, let's get this. And one more. Cool. And we should go here. And now we should be able to just run... We don't even need to connect there, actually. We could actually save that port for something else. And just connect directly to this. Right? Pretty sure. But like I said, I didn't think I was going to have enough. And I don't. But it's cool. We should be able to make it fairly easily. Let's just come back in here. Emmy... Not dark cable. We want regular cable. Cable. Boom. Yep. We can make a bunch more. Oh, I need some more glass. Luckily, I have not moved my glass into there yet. So let's just take a bit of glass and put it back here. Cool. And we'll make a bunch just because I know we're going to need it at some point anyway. And then we could come into here. Make it come out. Hey, you know what? We're going to put the access terminal right into the wall. Flush mount it, baby. Boom. And now we have access to all of our stuff right here. How cool is that? I think this is very, very cool. So I'm just going to clean everything up. Bring some, put some more stuff into the storage system, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and you'll see I have my Emmy system disconnected right now, and the reason being is I didn't like not being able to control the power that it was taking, and not being able to monitor it. So I'm going to put this redstone energy cell in between here and there. I've already done this, and it looks like about 70 RF is what is needed to get that running, at least get that charging. So that's already configured that way. And if you watch, it is actually powering it, and it is powering it just a little bit more so that this will rise up. This is actually the buffer the system has of power. So it's going to rise up very slowly, but it is going to rise up. So it is providing more power than is needed, which is good. So with this, I'll be able to actually watch, and as you can see, it just went up. I'll be able to watch how much power this is actually using and make sure it doesn't choke power from somewhere else in our system. Because if it does, we can always just run its own dedicated magmatic engines. But right now, it seems to be okay. Let's see how this is running right now. Yeah, so this is running better. It is still pulling from here slowly. So it is going to drain the... It is going to drain the buffers in all of these engines, which is kind of interesting. So it makes me believe that this generates power a lot slower than it actually gives out power, which is very interesting. And hopefully once we... I don't know. I don't know why that happens. I'm going to have to look more into it, but it does seem like it generates power faster. Generates power slower, than it gives out power, which is kind of interesting. Hey, Benchy's on. So, anyways, we have that going. That is up and running. But there was something else I wanted to do. Doing everything through these chests seemed like a good idea, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. And I have no way of putting stuff in up here. So what I did is, as you can see, I extended my cable a little bit right there. And for what reason? Reason's pretty simple. I am going to make these Emmy interfaces. What these Emmy interfaces is a unit with a very small storage space, but it allows things to enter and exit the system. Now, we're going to use it for entering the system. Now, I understand that we could probably just use a chest, and maybe in the end, that's what we will use. But for now, I like the idea of using these Emmy interfaces. First of all, when I need to upgrade them, when I do want to use a chest, I have to upgrade it to a bus anyway. And as you can see, all these buses, that's not a bus. All these buses use these Emmy interfaces anyway. And plus the fact with this, it's going to look a lot cleaner than with a chest because, you know, a chest doesn't take up a whole block. So, again, this is how you make the Emmy interface. Not too hard. It just takes a single basic processor. But since I'm making two, I needed two to make that conversion matrix. And then it's pretty simple from there. So let's make the 2 of these. We're going to put 1 here. And again, this is so we can go in here and actually export stuff back into the system. Very cool. There's other uses for this too, but we'll get to that another day. It's really good used for automatic crafting, crafting stuff. Well, processing stuff that the system doesn't know about. Like you can use that to make the system use a induction smelter or whatever the case is. But that is for another day. Let's get down here. We are going to replace this chest. And what made me think about it is this. This just looks ugly. And the micro blocks do not work with applied Energistics. So you can only use facades to hide cables, which is cool. But since you have to use facades, there's no way of making one of those facades that have a hole in them. So there's no way of closing this gap. So I don't like that. So we are going to put this down. I assume this is still going to work. Now I'm not actually sure how this is going to work. Well, let's see. How much lead do we have in here right now? Because I have lead in my inventory. This is a different type of lead. Okay. That's interesting. I must have pulled it all out. Okay, so we have none. Okay, cool. So let's put this in here. And let's just see what happens. Will it go into the export config? Will it go into the export items? Will it go into processing? Hopefully, it goes into exported items. If not, we might have to move back to a chest, which I don't like. But I guess let's give it a second. Hopefully, it goes into the right thing. And we don't have to actually do anything else with it. Because if it doesn't work, then we are going to have to put back the bus. Oh, and I have to remove that bus. But let's, you know what? Damn it. Okay, we have to kind of wait. This isn't actually going anywhere. Or maybe it's just taking a little while. Let's see. Oh, maybe it already went into the system? Could that be possible? Let's see. What do we have? Lead in here? No, it has not gone into the system yet. Is it in here? No, where? Oh, where? Oh, probably went into one of these. That's right. Okay. So let's remove lead from this. And you know what? We could remove all ores from my processing system. I changed my processing system around a little bit to be able to package ingots. Just because I was getting so many of them, I was filling up chests, but we don't really need to do that anymore. So let's remove ingots from all of these, and let's put it back in here and see what happens. Cool, so we have the 7 in there, and again, hopefully it will go into the exported item slot. You know what, let's see if we could do this real quickly. And I don't have my Emmy cable on me. Okay, so I don't know what's actually going to happen because I never actually removed this bus. I assume the bus will still work. But I'm not 100% sure. So let's eat real quick because I'm getting a little hungry. And hopefully that was long enough. Maybe it just went right into the system and we didn't see it. That would be awesome if it did. Okay, it has not gone anywhere just yet. Oh, did it still go in? No, it didn't come in here. Does it just not know where to go? If it didn't know where to go, where would it go? If it could not go into that... It's not still in here. Is it stuck in... No. Did it go into here? Well, this is an interesting dilemma. Did it get stuck into, like, that over there? No. Where? Oh, where did this lead go? I wonder if I just stick a chest on it, if the lead will appear. Let's see. It did not go into here yet, right? No. This might not work, it seems. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's put this chest back. And where did the lead go? Okay, so I don't know where the... Oh, how did it get back into here? You know what? Let's whitelist only these, right? Isn't that how it actually already is set up? Let's just take a look at this again. That is that. Whitelist. You know what? We're going to do this. For the moment being, it's only going to accept... Okay, that's only going to accept that. And what is this only going to accept? Redstone. Okay, cool. Now it should not go into there. Let's put our interface back. And I guess let's try this again. This time, let's go get our actual ME cable and see if it works. I think I left it in here. Yeah, okay, cool. Get rid of that. Let's get back down there. I always get confused when I come down. I shouldn't, but... Alright, so we get the bus off there. Replace it with just regular ME cable. We will connect this block. And now, let's throw the lead in here and see what happens. What I should do is actually replace all of these. Yeah, let's just stand here. I should replace all of these with actual, transparent item duct so I can see where everything is going. You know, I would expect it to see it come through either here or here already. I mean, that does look like it's connected. Did it stay in here? No, it definitely got pulled out. Oh, is it stuck in there? It definitely got pulled out, but where did it go? We'll come back to place a block there in a minute. Did it actually go into the system? Maybe it went into the system. Let's see. Let's check in here. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. We're fine. We're awesome. Very cool. There you go. That works. So now we don't have to have that ugly chest there. We can close this up. And that is our output. We could always hide that, which actually probably a better idea. But we could do that another day because it is already getting late. So let's get all this stuff in here. I hate how slow. What happened in the pneumatic? Oh, maybe I had it. Did I have it like a... Maybe... I don't think I had a switch there. I don't even... Yeah, I must have. How else was I pulling out of there? That's weird. Okay. Whatever. So this is working. Eventually I'll put this in the wall, but right now it's fine right there. Things are making their way into the system. Let's see. Electrum did not make it in there yet, but I'm sure it will sooner or later. And you know what? For now, I like it. That's pretty much it. Again, I'm going to upgrade this to a crafting one. Hopefully eventually get more storage in there so I can start putting everything in there. There's something that's actually really cool. It's very expensive, but one of the mods adds these extra storages, I guess extra cells, and look at that. I mean, it still only holds 63 types, all of them, but you can hold up to, what is it? Is this it? No, this one I guess is 16 million bytes. And you can also add fluid into that, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'm ever going to use fluid, but it's kind of cool that you can do fluid storage, which might actually be worthwhile doing in the future. But right now, that is pretty much it for today. So everything's in here now? Yeah, look at that. That's pretty much it for today. Next time, I'm going to slow down with these technical mods a little bit because I have been doing a lot of work with my Thaumonomicon. Now, I know I haven't mentioned it yet in quite a few episodes. The reason is it's been mostly boring stuff, just researching, scanning items, doing research. But I have opened up a lot of stuff. I keep clicking on things. I've opened up lots of stuff, and I still have some more opening up to do. But hopefully in the next episode, we could start building a real Thaumcraft area. But until then, if you liked what you see, please, as I say always, give me a like. It really helps. And if you do want to see more episodes and you're not already subscribed, definitely subscribe. I release episodes a couple times a week. Try to do at least 2 to 3, if not more. And by subscribing, you'll always be notified when I do another video. So why wouldn't you want to be notified? Anyways, thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.